I'm Dalton Barrett for News Radio WGNS, and here are some of the top stories impacting Rutherford County on your Rutherford Roundup for Friday, March the 13th, 2026. Murfreesboro continues to see rapid growth, and city leaders say new development and infrastructure improvements are moving forward together. During a recent conversation with WGNS, Murfreesboro Mayor Shane McFarland highlighted progress in the fast-growing southern portion of the city. Plans are moving ahead for a proposed Lowe's home improvement store along Highway 231 South, across from Ascension St. Rutherford Hospital, and just south of the racetrack station. The development would add to ongoing business expansion in Murfreesboro and create new job opportunities for residents across the county. At the same time, the city continues investing heavily in transportation improvements to support that growth. More than 75% of Murfreesboro's borrowed funds are currently dedicated to road construction projects. One of the largest efforts involves Medical Center Parkway, where a recent expansion widened the roadway to 6 lanes between Thompson Lane and Interstate 24. Phase 2 of the project will continue widening the parkway towards the fountains, with long-term plans to extend the improvement all the way to Broad Street. City leaders also say the future Cherry Lane extension could become one of the most impactful roadway projects ever completed in Rutherford County. While development continues locally, attention is also turning to the statewide political landscape. Tuesday marked the deadline for candidates across Tennessee to file petitions to run for state and federal offices. Several Republicans have already qualified to run for governor, including U.S. Senator Marsha Blackburn and Congressman John Rose, while multiple Democratic and independent candidates have also entered the race. Tennessee's primary election is scheduled for August the 6th. Lawmakers in Tennessee are advancing new legislation that could significantly change firearm regulations across the state, including potential impacts for residents in Rutherford County. A House Criminal Justice Subcommittee has approved House Bill 2064, sponsored by Representative Chris Todd, which expands where firearms may be carried and revises how certain firearm restrictions are handled for people convicted of domestic violence or stalking offenses. If approved by the full legislature, the measure would allow firearms to be carried in public parks, greenways, and some federal recreation areas, while also updating state law by replacing references to handguns with the broader term firearms. The proposal would also create a new court petition process, allowing for individuals convicted of misdemeanor domestic violence to request restoration of firearm rights after 3 years, while those convicted of stalking could petition after 5 years. Supporters say that the change aligns Tennessee law with recent court rulings, while critics warn that it could create additional risk for law enforcement and victims of domestic abuse. At the same time, state regulators are cracking down on businesses selling hemp-derived cannabinoid products. The Tennessee Alcoholic Beverage Commission, now responsible for regulating the industry, says inspectors have already identified more than 650 retailers operating without proper licenses since the start of 2026. Executive Director Russell Thomas says licensed businesses must meet safety standards, including product testing for THC levels and contaminants. Stores found operating illegally must stop selling the products immediately and face possible misdemeanor charges, fines, and even jail time if they continue operating without a license. An investigation is underway following an officer-involved shooting Monday evening in Beech Grove, a community located just southeast of Murfreesboro. Authorities say the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation was asked to review the incident at the request of 14th Judicial District Attorney General Craig Northcott. Preliminary reports indicate that around 5:30 p.m., investigators with the Coffee County Sheriff's Department arrived at a home on Reska Run to serve a search warrant. Deputies found an occupied vehicle parked in the driveway and issued commands for the occupants to exit. Officials say the individuals refused to comply, and the driver then attempted to flee the property. During the attempted escape, the vehicle reportedly struck one patrol car and attempted to hit a second cruiser. At that point, 3 officers fired their service weapons. Authorities say no one was struck by the gunfire, and 3 of the 4 people inside the vehicle were taken into custody. TBI agents are now collecting evidence and conducting interviews as they work to determine the sequence of events before submitting their findings to the district attorney for review. Meanwhile, communities across Rutherford County are preparing to celebrate a historic milestone as the nation approaches America's 250th anniversary in 2026. Visit Rutherford has launched the Rutherford 250 Events Initiative designed to highlight local history, landmarks, and cultural organizations throughout Murfreesboro, Smyrna, and surrounding areas. Barbara Wolke with Visit Rutherford says the countywide effort will bring together museums, historic sites, and community groups to create a shared calendar of events, honoring both the nation's history as well as Rutherford County's role as part of it. That's all for now. For updates on these, as well as many more local news stories, you can check out our website, wgnsradio.com, or you can follow us on social media at News Radio WGNS on Facebook, as well as X. If you're enjoying the show, be sure to leave a rating or a review on Spotify and iTunes, a comment on YouTube, or share it with a friend. I'm Dalton Barrett for News Radio WGNS, part of your Good Neighbor Network, and I'll talk to you later.